Hey, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
Ciph, how are you today?
I am great.
Yeah, do you mean that? You being generic?
No, I've been having some ups and downs, but right now I feel great.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, same old nonsense. Life, decisions.
Yeah, being a grown-up.
Bills. Did you make the right steps? All that stuff has been piling up on me lately.
It's a lot of pressure, say.
Yo, working out really helps, yo.
It helps you to relax.
And also, I've been reading, and like this guy was telling me like all that stuff about like endorphins and all, like whatever endorphins are, like whatever drugs help you make you feel better, like antidepressants. You can get a lot of the same reaction from working
Absolutely.
out.
100%.
Because I was definitely depressed this morning, and I ran and worked out, and then I was like, I don't feel as bad.
No, it definitely makes an impact.
Yeah, it's crazy.
100%. I've been terrible recently, especially that I was already being bad. Then I injured my shoulder.
Oh, really?
So now I got to wait till feel this knot right here.
No, I don't like touching.
I know.
I don't like touching.
This separated shoulder, I have this knot.
It has nothing to do with being Jewish. I hope you know that.
That you wanted to touch me. Yeah. By the way, speaking of being Jewish, your quest to like figure out what's wrong with you is like the exact same as like I still see my dad who's 67, and he's like, I'm on this diet.
Yeah, I know.
And he says it as if he's never said it before. He's like, no, I really found a great diet. I'm like, Dad, every time I see you, my entire life you've had a new diet.
Yeah.
That's like you mentally.
Of
like
course.
I was like, I read this thing about how.
Always. That's all I do. It's all I read.
Now, before we get into our interview today on this Juan Epstein, I do want to give a shout out to our former producer and friend of the show, Shaky Jake.
Oh,
who?
Yes. I got hit him.
AKA Lil Half Dead.
Yeah.
Who lived up to his name last week and almost died.
No way.
Yeah. He really almost died. He had like multiple blood diseases. And then he was in the hospital. And apparently they over-medicated him. So then he was in like that almost finished him. I get an email from his mom and like a bunch of people on this email.
Yeah, I was on the email.
You were on the email too.
I saw it after you told me about it.
I figured you were, but
yeah.
So this email that's like, he's in really bad shape. I sent her some text messages and I'm like, she's like, can I read these to Jake? I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is one of those last minute times where it's like too late to tell him how much I love the guy and think he's like the best, like such an inspiration as a person.
The guy who told me to go take an improv class.
We'll get there, by the way. I'll tell you, I'll mention that too. So then that happens Friday while I'm in Puerto Rico on vacation. I'm like, man, I'm thinking like, is the next thing I'm doing is going to a funeral in Houston? I know it's like really morose, but that's what it sounded like. Ugh. And so I sent him messages, and then Tuesday my phone rings and it says Shaky Jake.
I didn't even pay attention to that email because he never dies, yo. He won't die.
He bounces back again
every time. Yo, they told him he would be dead by the age of 6.
6, I think, was the first time or so.
Yeah, when he was a kid, they said he would be dead by the age of 6. And he was like, whatever.
And it just keeps going and keeps going. So he called me up and he was like, hey, man. I was like, and he didn't sound great, obviously, but I'm like, dude, did you really come back again? He's like, man, I'm back. I'm like, what happened, bro?
In that voice?
Yeah, no, that's exactly. He's like, well, we should maybe call him at the end of the show. Yeah. He was like, well, I don't know. And then we started talking and he's like, how's Ciph doing? I was like, I mean, he's good. He seems
asking about me on your deathbed.
He's off his deathbed. He's still on it, but he's not going that way anymore. Man. He goes, how's he doing? I go, he's good. His baby, blah, blah. He goes, Ciph had a baby? I was like, he's like, man, that dude is so weird. I was like, he's the weirdest, bro. And then I was like, he's still being crazy, being busy nonstop, at improv nonstop. He's like, man, I ruined that guy's life. He's like, I would never brought him to that improv class. He's like, I only brought him to improv to teach him that he didn't need his dry erase board to do a break. And I was like, yo, I'm surprised his wife wasn't in your hospital room trying to put stuff in your IV, because he's never left ever since that. So anyway, shout out to Jake. He's amazing. And we'll try to
shout out Jake. And
I was thinking, Ciph, actually, 'cause I want to go visit him in Houston. I was thinking you and I, someone should hit us up on Twitter at Rosenberg Radio or Cipha Sounds or bookrosenberg@gmail.com or whatever, and reach out. And we should go to Houston, do a Juan Ep in Houston, and visit Jake.
Oh, we should do it at with Chingo Bling. Chingo Bling has some venue that he's building or has.
What? I know I'm going to sound ridiculous here. What's Chingo Bling
You
from
don't know
again?
Chingo Bling?
I do, but remind me where he's from.
I don't know how to explain Chingo Bling. He's like a guy. He's like a Mexican dude from Houston.
Yeah,
and he raps, but it's kind of funny. And he's like huge in like the areas, like those
for how long?
Years, like
A long
10 years maybe.
Or maybe we could do that.
And now he's getting into like acting and comedy and all this stuff. Remember I went to Albuquerque to do a show?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was the host of the show. Super cool dude though. Super fucking
smart.
I'm pointing to my head because he wears a cowboy hat.
Okay, exactly. So maybe we'll do that. So shout out to Shaky Jake. And now the child you're hearing in the background would be the child of our guest today.
Yeah, not my child.
No, not your child. She's not here yet.
When is she going to make her debut?
You tell me. That'll be an age.
She makes a lot of noise. She's talking. It's not words, but it's...
Bring her in. She could be...
Talking.
honestly, she could be better than some of the guests we've had.
It's the vibes.
Yo, Consequences in the building.
Snap.
What up?
Consequence. Listen, we're going to spend the whole hour talking about love and hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? We're going to catch you up on all the beef with Joe Budden.
Yes, please. Let's do everything.
We did all that already, though.
I know, just kidding. No, we're not going to talk about any of that stuff.
Let's talk about the pause moment of the week.
Well, hold on, get close to the mic,
you gotta talk to the
Consequence.
mic.
Let's talk about the pause moment of the week. That was this Monday.
What happened? I didn't even see it.
On the Hollywood joint.
What happened? Was there a super pause?
Super pause.
Is it beyond pause? Are you now obligated?
In 2015.
Are you now obligated to watch Love and Hip Hop because you were once part? Are you curious now to what happens with the show?
Nah. I only really watch TV on Monday, just to be honest, because of wrestling. So I channel surf. And then the rest of the week, I'm in.
So during commercials, you end up bouncing on.
Yeah, I bounce around. I check it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really but just to watch it, like not really in a competitive nature or anything like that. Like, are they better than what we are? Or anything like I just, it's like a soap opera. So it doesn't really like. It doesn't limit.
It goes in perfectly with wrestling, except it's way worse. No disrespect.
I mean, it's all storyline based. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they had the gay producer and the gay rapper laying in bed kissing this week.
That's a new fold.
That kind of pause.
I said super pause.
That's a new fold.
I said pause the tape.
Well, listen, Mona's got to be up. Mona's got to be up with the time. It's only next season she'll have like.
But that's what I said. I said for 2015. I mean, this is the society we live in.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's not even really a pause anymore. Pause is crazy. You can't even really say pause anymore.
It's kind of a pause though.
I say pause about anything that comes out overtly sexual now that's not meant to be sexual.
Well, because the reason why I said pause is because it's primetime television and there hasn't been a lot of men in bed together.
Well, and particularly on black TV, on like skewed to black audience TV, that hasn't happened that much.
Even.
But yeah, you're right. Even although True Blood had some
whitewash or whatever. I mean, I'm to whatever the case is. I don't really, to each his own. I just was like
flipping by, like, whoa, hey, whoa,
okay.
And it's not actors.
That's how you feel.
You know what I'm saying?
that is.
That's how you feel.
Like sometimes there's gay moments on TV, but it's actors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Omar on The Wire was gay. He had a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But we know Michael, whatever
Kennedy.
his name is. Who?
What is it? Michael Kennedy?
No.
Wait.
Michael K.
White? No.
No, it's not white. It's
Michael K. something. Michael K. something. We know he's not gay.
That is a fact.
I mean, no. Actually,
what about
we don't
the episode?
know. How do we know? We don't know.
What about the episode of Michael K. Williams? What about the episode of This Is Hot 97 where you and Ebro had sex?
That aired?
That aired.
I didn't see. Was that the last episode? I didn't see
it was the last one. Anyways, yo, so
this is Hot 97.
Exactly. So you never know. So Consequence. Let's start from the way beginning. Let's just.
Did we do this already?
Nah, he's never done Juan Epstein.
Oh, he was on the radio.
Yeah, he was on the radio.
Juan
bunch.
Wait, you know what? We did. Was it Juan? We actually did something in Hot 97 where we talked about Dilla. Now that I think about it, yeah, we did. Now
that's why when you said Cons was a guest, I was like, great, but I think we did all the history already. You looking it up?
I'm looking it up right now.
You're looking it up?
That would be embarrassing if I didn't even realize it. By the way, we have so many episodes now.
We definitely, but I don't remember if it was. It was like must have been
Nah.
the very beginning. Nah, we did. I know we did.
I mean, I know
I was on Motown when we.
But it wasn't a Juan Epstein.
But it wasn't a Juan Epstein.
okay.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying.
just talked about it.
Yeah,
But I'm looking it up right now. There was never a consequence.
All right, so we know stuff about consequence.
No, but I want to start. I think we should start. Yeah, we do. Everyone knows stuff. That's why there's this.
No, you want to get to the stuff.
Well, I want to start with when I'm living life in 1996, and I'm minding my own business, and I go to buy Beats, Rhymes, and Life, and there's a new member of a Tribe Called Quest.
Who the hell is this guy, yo?
Like all of a sudden, I knew my Tribe Called Quest, and now there's this new guy.
Well, there's 4 members. One who was only around for that first album.
Right.
Then there was predominantly 3 members of Tribe.
There were 3 for the big records.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's a new guy.
So get us to that part of where the new guy.
Well, I think you got to go back to. Go back a little bit, just with regard to them as a group. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it make sense. So obviously, like you said, there was the first album. There was even before that. There was Q-Tip featured on the Jungle Brothers. Then
Promo.
Then there's I want to make sure that I chronologically get it right.
All right. Well, don't worry. I'm here to nerd that with you.
You know, so essentially, there's his first joint with the JBs. Then there's
Buddy.
I feel like there was one other before Buddy.
Yeah, it feels like there's one
other record before Buddy. But Buddy is the breakout look for the crew. Then the Native Tongues kind of, I think, and if you look at the Native Tongues, you kind of could understand my inclusion. Because the Native Tongue thing was never an official thing. I think
this is back in the day before there was actually like, well, we're not going to start a crew unless these people sign to me, which is how it is now.
Which is how it is now.
Right, like this was
we
like
were all
friends
down.
and
It was a vibe.
Similar vibe.
It was
right.
a vibe. We all had a vibe. So the thing is,
You were there.
I was a kid.
Right.
I was a kid. I was like maybe like when they did. So Buddy's 89. I gotta be a kid like 10.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like 10, 11, maybe 90. Because I started rapping maybe 12, 13.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time this drops, I think Q-Tip also had Grooves in the Heart.
Yeah, he did. Good reference.
Grooves in the Heart.
No, he was somebody when Groove in the Heart came out.
Barely. No. That's 90. That's early. It's 90.
Really?
And he produced and wrote it.
He did?
Yes. Q-Tip wrote and produced Grooves in the Heart.
Gem number 1.
Yeah, it's like,
Thank you.
Put on your headphones.
Going to dance and have some fun. 1, 2, 3.
This is a weird mix. That's not how the beginning actually starts.
It is.
It is? The original version starts like this?
I think so.
I mean, this is the extended mix, club mix era.
Yeah.
Exactly. You never know when you're getting a random extended mix.
Yeah, it's like 4 mixes on one side of a vinyl.
Here's where you know.
Oh, you saying had the video. Wait, Q-Tip produced this and wrote it?
Q-Tip. That was the thing I wanted to emphasize a little bit. I know we spoke last night and we wanted to talk about Tribe. Yo, and I thought about it from some of the other things that I've said, and I wanted to make sure that I got this across about Q-Tip. Yo, me and Tip, man, we had a really great, I had a great run with Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? I think the beef over the last, whatever the case is before it got squashed, I think it kind of overshadowed what our relationship was. And I think that now I'm in a good space. I feel good enough to just say, it was a time, my first A-like person in my life musically was Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? He showed me so much. It was to a point because I looked at Stressed Out the other day, and I said, yo, you know what's crazy? We did everything together. We had braids at the same time. We cut our hair at the same time.
But that's hold on. Let's not go. But
I'm not gonna skip. I just wanted to put that out there so it leads into everything that I'm saying.
Okay.
So to circle back to Inception, I do think that because of where we were at a time period, that's a little bit of the disconnect with the public because everything was a vibe. It was our vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with Native Tongues was their vibe. They never felt the need, which was preservation of the flavor, but then at the same time, not really allowing the public to have a full understanding of what the commitment of a crew was within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, they rocked with De La way harder than what you saw.
Right. Considering they only popped up on one record officially.
But they rocked with them so hard.
And Leaders. And
the core, before we get to Leaders, is the core of them is
JB's and De La.
De La and Tribe. You know what I'm saying? That's the core. They all went to school together.
Right.
So Africa, Mike, they were older.
Right.
They were the oldest. You know, the plug was Red Alert. So basically, that was the chamber and how they got the deal. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, Q-Tip is just, at that time, a vessel of, he had so much music that he had been dealing with, wanted to get out into the world, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Arcade, with all due respect, do you want to let him play on the floor?
He could.
You could have the whole floor, because otherwise the internet's going to come after him with Twitter comments. I was going to hear the story, but then the wrestling. He's having a match between Hulk Hogan and Bray Wyatt right now.
It seems like there's some Ninja Turtles.
There's Ninja Turtles in there.
Look, good, Kaden.
Is that Kobe?
Make this like a wrestling ring.
And you can still wear your headphones.
And you can wear your headphones just down here, okay, baby? Just make the backpack like that.
There you go. This is the move. You're gonna have way more room to operate down there. Way better war down there. Oh, bring LeBron.
I like how he fought that a little bit.
Yeah, no, Conto was pulling. He was like, I'm not sure.
He just want to make sure that he in the mix.
There you go. He's in the mix.
He like to be in the mix. Say what up. Say what up. Say peace.
There you go. It was very subtle. We cut a little bit.
All right.
So the originals, they really rocked hard with the JBs and De La.
Yeah, they really rocked. They rocked.
And they were in studio together more than you would know.
Yeah, when I was doing Beach Rounds of Life, Pops was, even in the beginning of the album, Pops was always showing up.
Just cause. Not trying to get on nothing. Not trying to.
I mean, you know, if that led to it, I mean, you know, but that was their vibe. That's how they vibe their albums out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they vibe their albums out. So, but like I said, I think when it came to public digestion of what and who they were, they like to have an air of mystique, and that's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Because I know these guys rock, but I don't know how tight they are, so I can't really, like, we also had at the time, we had the Hit Squad. You know what I'm saying? And you knew
defined members.
Very defined that Redman, Dawes Effect. You know what I'm saying? Before the split, obviously, of EPMD, when it was all of them, it was all of them. It was K Solo. It was, you know what I mean?
But it's still different, because that goes to my point. Those artists were signed to EPMD. It's business. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but
they were definitely tight. We could tell that, but it was business because they were signed to whatever record company or production company.
Yeah, or one was signed to Paris, one was signed to Eric.
Right. So it's like, it's not the same.
All right, so then even look at so then I guess what I'm trying to say is this. You're right, because even if you look at like the...
No, I'm emphasizing your point.
I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna even take it outside of these two entities and say, like, look, remember everybody who was affiliated with Herbie Love.
Right.
So, and Native Tongue was more of that than
I'm just saying
His Squad.
Eric and Parrish's business savvy to make sure Redman and Das Effects and K-Soul was always around or on songs, where with De La, Tribe, and Jungle, like you're saying, they didn't have to be, because it was a vibe. They were friends.
Yeah, it wasn't executives going and signing people.
Well, not so much, because like I said, Red Alert is the reason why Tribe got signed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying it couldn't happen, just didn't have to.
But they weren't signed to Red Alert.
They weren't signed to Red Alert.
Right.
No. They weren't, so everything was kind of like...
They should have been.
That's a good point. They ended up...
Well, that's another can of worms if you want to open that, but that's not for me to open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's a can of worms somewhere on the shelf.
I mean...
We gotta get... All right, I'm gonna label this can of worms.
Yeah,
can of worms.
I'm just saying, in the statement that you're making, then that's another can of worms.
Right.
I mean, I think every last person,
Every
even if-
decision has worms.
Yeah.
There's always a cat.
There's always a cylinder laying around that
with a whole story that goes with it.
with a whole pop out for you.
So you were so at this point though, when they're all coming up, you're just a kid in Queens.
I'm just a kid in Queens. And
what?
Queens
And
at
do you
the
have any
time.
relationship to anyone?
Tip?
So Tip's always your cousin, blood cousin.
Yeah. So
Real
Tip.
life.
So Tip, yeah.
Where's
yeah.
Is it a family blood cousin?
What are you trying to say? It's a black thing? Is that what you're trying to say? Black cousins? Are y'all black cousins or real cousins?
I am not suggesting that black people sometimes overstate their blood relation
You
to
have,
people.
you have play cousins. You have.
But he's
friends
real.
Yeah.
So what's the family relationship between you and Q-Tip, or is it random?
So my mother's side.
So just somewhere on your mother's side, he's a cousin.
It's second cousin. Yeah.
Okay, second cousin.
But I mean,
He's your mom's cousin.
Yeah.
Got it. So when you were a kid, you knew mom's cousin was Q-Tip. And you were close. Do
He
you
was
know him as a
John.
kid? Oh, it was just John.
Yeah.
So you always knew him. He was around.
Yeah.
John.
Just John.
Yeah, it's John, and then when he took a shot, he changed his name to Kamal.
And then there's Kamal, the
Yeah.
abstract. Kamal Farid. Is that what it was?
Kamal Ibn Farid.
So
Was John around for holidays or like?
yeah, where'd you
was
see
it
him?
like Thanksgiving dinners together or?
I mean, we probably his mother was extremely fond of me. His mother was the reason why I joined Tribe.
Oh,
Wow, really?
Yeah.
His mom was like, "You should do something with consequence. He likes
Wait,
to
what did they
rap."
call
Do
you?
something with Raymond.
Raymond.
Yeah.
Why don't you put Raymond in your little
Put
talent
Raymond,
show?
put Raymond in your little group.
I mean, that's how it went.
That's amazing.
That's how it went.
So now, at any of these, how much younger are you than Tip?
5, 6 years.
So when he's in high school and starting to blow up in Tribe, like 17, whatever it was.
I'm in junior high school.
You're in junior high school. Were you living off of your?
Experiment with crack, selling it.
Oh yeah.
Let me emphasize
Clear
that.
up, buddy.
Let me emphasize that. Experimenting with like busting little hand in hands, experiment. You know, I was always an artist, so like I had a job doing airbrush. Airbrush was like a big thing, like in the early '90s or whatever. I used to draw really good, so I used to like do people's clothes and shit and get paid.
And were you living off of your cousin being in Tribe when they started to blow up?
Nah.
You weren't telling
I
everyone?
wasn't on that. Nah. Actually, I wasn't. I wasn't telling people. I rapped for a while. It was like a secret in high school. Like I had to chase out, and then I kind of started because I was leaving high school. I had a whole business plan that was going to be basically. That was going to be basically. Let me get my high school diploma.
Yeah.
I got accepted to five colleges, and I'm gonna see if I can get a record deal. So I was putting myself in the studio before I ever stepped to Tip about. I mean, we had casual conversations, but I was actually like I had started doing a demo. He would give me like advice, like, "Yo, that beat is whack. You need some shit like boo 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 boo." You know what I'm saying? Focus is So it was kind of going like it developed. It really developed from zero. Like I think the first beat he let me rhyme over in his crib was "Check the Rhyme" before it dropped. So like he had it on a cassette, and he was like, "All right, so I know you want to rap. Let me hear you rap over this." So he put it in, and I just started. It was the first day I met Phife. Phife had came by his crib because at the time he was still he was about to put Low End out, and then he was still living in Queens, though. He was still, him and his mom still lived there, so he's at his crib. He was at his crib, and Phife had just came over, you know what I'm saying? And Phife was like,
How much, is there a studio in there or just like some
it's
equipment?
just the crib.
Was there equipment at all?
I mean, he
Was
had
that
a
a
crib.
basement or-
Where I was at was in the living room. So, you know what I'm saying? He had like, he
Little
started
turntable,
building it
little
up
sampler.
in his room or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, as he got bigger, by the second album, he was moving around. Facts. Yo, sound effects. We live.
We're live right now. This is live to tape, kid.
Going in.
So you meet him and Check the Rhyme. check the rhyme time. You go over to Tip's Place, Meat Fight for the first time. They're starting to pop off a little bit. Check the Low End Theory. Obviously, is a huge deal. But then there's still Midnight Marauders.
Well,
which is a huge
let's
deal.
not skip like Low End, because for Low
Yeah,
End,
please don't skip. Come on.
you gotta
You
Low
always
End.
hating on low end, man.
I love Low End.
Low End, you got to understand this about Low End, though. Low End is the transition from Bohemian to Linden Boulevard for them.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was Jerobi was in the group and he had a vibe, and obviously, I think the first album is extremely underrated. You know what I'm
Very.
saying? Because I mean,
But the first album to me,
has Can I Kick It? If you
I
look
know,
on
but
Spotify, if you look on,
it's
that's the
a
first thing that comes
very
yeah.
young and
Well, you guys switching. Now we're talking about the first album. You just threw me off.
No,
Yeah.
first album.
Let's go back to the first album for a
me,
second.
is a younger, harder Jungle Brothers album. Like the samples.
It's
and
Bohemian.
But it's
Yeah,
still
it's very-
Bohemian. It's very like,
Bohemian.
hey, it's not. I still wouldn't use the word harder.
Harder just with like the type of rhymes, like faster paced rhymes than Jungle Brothers.
Well, you gotta remember, like we time traveling too. You know what I'm saying? So we time traveling with styles, we time traveling with
Yeah.
cadences, we time traveling with production elements. You know what I'm saying? So we literally go from 89 to 91, 92. That's a big time
jump,
space in hip hop. You going from Kane damn near to the Chronic.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
and this album's 90. The first one's 90. So
The
they're
first one is
still-
90. That's what I'm
so,
saying.
Yeah, so they're still hovering between.
We're coming out of.
But if you play Jungle Brothers, the promo, the first song Q-Tip's on,
Yeah.
and then play this album, it's similar. Like you could tell it was like in the same studio, same engineer. There's a vibe to it.
Yes.
Low End is like left turn.
Yeah, I agree. It
know what I'm
sounds
saying?
significantly different.
I think the difference between Low End. I think me personally, in my ear, I feel like this is like raw breakbeat esque.
The first one.
First one,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
House,
saying?
you can-
House. But that's the. I'm telling you,
The
like
era.
literally, House Party comes out when this is out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's like. Like I said, even the rival clique, honestly, for them is the kid that plays Salt and Pepper Kwame.
Right.
Yeah, it's the closest thing.
Yeah,
That's
Herbie
the closest.
Love Bug, Camp,
Yeah.
Queens.
But even them, they was the commercial.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, like
Yeah.
everybody looks at Kid and Play. It's funny because everybody looks at that Salt and Pepper. That was platinum,
Yeah.
double,
Big.
out, gone. Movies like House Party
Cartoon. Saturday
and
morning
cartoon. Yes, like I don't know if they still eating off of it, but
Damn close.
Some good
yeah.
dinners.
So they're great dinners.
Yeah, people. I still want to do a Kid and Play One Ep. Like they're often very overlooked, super
Yeah.
innovators in the game.
Yeah. So,
But you're right. It's an interesting bridge to talk about.
Yeah, because and honestly, you know what? I'm gonna bring it all the way to 2015 for you. What do you think Finna Get Loose is? This,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
the dancing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
what. And Diddy always loved that. That he's always had that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like so, even with like I said, with those two crews, like the Herbie Love Bug crew and the Native Tongue, the dance element was in.
Ow.
Like if you watch Buddy, they're all
Right.
doing the biz and
yeah, of
you know what I'm
course.
saying. Like,
And then you can't forget this album though. Is
but rap got more serious by Low End.
absolutely. Now, before we get to Low End, though, between the '88 and the Tribe album, you have this. So the De La album bridges that a lot. Like they kind of are the bridge to like.
Yeah.
This came out before Trifer's album?
Yeah, '89.
Yeah, 89. Me, Myself, and I was 89. That's the one that kicked the door in. This record is so it. This record always was it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you in the. I mean, all right. Looking at Me, Myself, and I, right? It's almost like. I guess the best analogy I could think of is this, like, in my mind, and I'm not saying this in any sort of funny way, but I'm just saying, like, you're supposed to be married to this, not not casually dating.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Explain
When I
this
say
one
that,
more.
like, y'all gotta make a contractual click. Cause how could you not be married to this record?
Right. You mean as
Like-
the whole crew?
I'm just saying, like, when our initial the template for the conversation to start was about how there was a lack of understanding of
What native tongues was.
what native tongues was, and what my association was. And what I'm saying is, like, I figured y'all was down with them. I didn't know it.
Right. Got you.
This record is too big to figure anything. This record is a benchmark in hip hop. It still is. It still come on like a hit record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In any form, like this, you can play this in an EDM club and it's no problem. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just my thought process on it. It's just like, you know, like it was so much. It would have been so much bigger with the correct commitment in the public.
Ah, okay. Now I get exactly what you're saying. So, like, once this happens and there's a huge movement starting to begin, had they been like, yo, this is native tongues, this is what we are, Tribe is next, watch out. That's not how it was.
That's not how it
If
was.
you were a consumer, it just sort of crept together and you saw them together in videos and you kind of figured it out for yourself unless you were really searching.
It really wasn't to a
And you had
war
to be
tour.
you had to be a super fan.
You had to be ahead.
Right. That was regular
And the head thing was a
casual
vibe.
listeners didn't even know.
Whereas today, for example, you could be the most my wife can tell you everyone in Young Money.
Right.
Because it's all dedicated and put together.
Now you understand where I'm
I
going.
get what you're saying there.
Now
And you're
you
saying not until award tour when Dave was on the hook.
Well, yeah, because even with Scenario, I mean, De La's in the video. I mean, you get it. Like, De La's in the video, Redman's in the video.
But also things were so spread out.
So it's more spread out, and it's just is it about y'all?
How long is
or
it?
is it about just hip hop?
And y'all are just kind of super friends in hip hop, and everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
Right. I get what you're saying completely.
Yeah.
That is a
Where's-
very interesting point.
But how much space was between each video for us to see them together again?
And remember, we
where
don't have-
nowadays you can see a crew every day on blogs and Instagram.
Absolutely.
But back then the video might have been 5 months till the next video came out.
That's why I said.
And be like,
that's why I
oh,
said by award
Q-Tip's
tour it
in
was
this.
like, all right, they gotta be crew.
Right.
Cause
That's
now
fair.
it's just like
They're
their
on
first
songs
single.
together.
Yeah. Like you popping up in the video. Oh, that's that's a high
Q-Tip's on
five.
Saturday.
Yes, Q-Tip's on
on
Saturday.
Q-Tip's on
and then,
Saturday.
like,
Buddy. Now you add it up, and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of crossover here.
But then you have like an Oscar situation, like you'll hear Dress say, "I got brothers in the jungle, cousins on the quest,"
Yeah.
but they weren't in.
Yeah,
the,
why are you so mysterious about
Why-
it? Because
yeah.
now it's like before every song is like Young Money.
That's very
Right.
interesting, actually, when you think about it. And then
I'm just
there's-
saying from a marketing standpoint, because at the end of the day, with my inclusion in Beats Rhymes of Life, the only issue was the marketing, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
what
No,
we
you're
did
right.
from a vibe is what it is. Like I said, Stressed Out's a hit record.
Wait, is
so
Beats
whether-
Rhymes in Life considered not a hit?
Beats Rhymes in Life is
it's a mixed bag how people see it.
Yeah, it's considered.
It's a good album.
I love Beats Rhymes in
Well,
Life.
at the end of the day, it's this, and I can say it in complete earnestness. Wow.
Caden, we're getting into something very serious here.
With Beats Rhymes of Life, you get new elements to something that you already loved.
Two new elements.
Two new elements. I said elements.
Yeah,
I said
yeah, no,
with
you
an
did.
S.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get elements
He got me.
to something that you already loved. And then
And we're talking about Quince and Dilla.
and Dilla. And then do I love the final effect of what these elements have brought to the table with the elements I already had loved.
Like my favorite. Already my favorite.
Already my favorite.
Why
But-
are you changing it?
So I would say
Well, see.
No. I'm saying as a
Yeah,
listener.
yeah. As a listener, why are you
listening to
changing
it, I'm like,
it?
why'd you change?
Why'd you change it? All
what I loved already?
all you guys had to do was do exactly the same thing you did already, right?
Which I'm noticing.
as a fan.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, for me as a fan, when I got into a fight, I remember like Q-Tip had to literally call me off of a writer like as if I was a dog. Because I was gonna kill this dude.
Because someone wrote
he was like, yo, Consequence, da 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 da. I mean, the album, it was the Source review of it. I think the album either got 4 mics or 4.5
I think
mics.
4.5. I think it still did quite well.
For Beats, Rhymes, and Life?
Yeah, for Beats, Rhymes, and Life. But they was like, I didn't bring it to the table the same way former featured guests or something like that. And I was like, you know, for me, I'm a kid. I'm ultra, you know.
How old were you during Beats, Rhymes, and Life?
19. By the time Beats, Rhymes, and Life came out, I was 18, 19. So I, you know, and this is the shot of a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's just, where would it have gotten bigger? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I felt, if I'm listening to the radio, I did what I was supposed to do and some. You know, Stressed Out was my brainchild. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, for me, it's
that
just
was
like,
that was your record.
Well, that was my brainchild. Me and Q-Tip had vibed that out. You know what I'm saying? And it went through the changes. I'm telling a story.
I don't think this kid understands what.
No, he doesn't
recording
understand the
anyways.
importance of the.
He understands that his father is the most important figure
Oh
in
no,
his life.
that's amazing.
But he needs to appreciate tribes.
you need to
Listen,
understand.
come sit on Daddy lap, and so we can,
Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
so we can.
No, like even go back further, like the concept
This
of
is-
recording.
yeah. This is your legacy we talking
Hey,
about.
what's it, Caden?
Caden, yeah.
Caden, have you ever heard of Les Paul, the inventor of the multi-track?
Say peace to Q-Tip. Say peace, cousin Q-Tip. Say peace.
Austin, come on.
Say
I
peace.
killed it with the Les Paul.
I really thought the Les Paul was well done. There you go.
Say hi
See?
to Fela.
There you
All
go.
right, so hold tight. So, as I was saying,
Stressed Out.
Stressed Out, hit record, performing it on Letterman, performing it on Rosie O'Donnell. Go to the set of Moesha to perform it. Brandy. I'm thinking Brandy like Q-Tip and she like me. Just that's how we delivered. I delivered. So, you know, when I'm hearing like,
Oh no, and for the record,
and I don't know, this is my first encounter with negativity as well. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when we're vibing in the studio, you know, obviously Busta is one of the first, you know, but I had known Busta for a while already. I used to smoke with Busta. You know what I'm saying? And he was already like, yo, you next. So when I start getting negativity, I don't understand why, but for a while I don't understand why, because I'm like, if you're basing it on me, I did my job. But if you're basing it on a Tribe Called Quest, then it's like,
it's a different thing.
well, I need explanations, and the first explanation I need is who's this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Writer.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying.
fans.
You're a
Just
fan. Sorry,
the
you're a fan.
fans
Got
in
it.
general. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Just the fans in
Were
general.
you on anything else before that?
Yes, I'll show you.
yeah.
I don't know if it's the right one.
You're on this song.
This is mine.
He's on the remix. Oh, that was the original?
Well, yeah, come on. Yeah, I mean, anybody plays on the radio with Flex been playing all these years, it's me.
Just relax, y'all.
This is it.
I hit him with the boom, stick him, hit him, it's the brother they quit, not to pick him, but I still let
You definitely heard it. Flex played this a million times on the radio.
AG flow, you know it just don't stop. Cause the morning
Ask Flex about it.
I was born to smoke weed, indeed. I smooth played it, then I popped the steed, and you, yeah, baby, I took you to the.
Like, he might have played this.
What is this?
Because the
The
one on
Chase
the
Part
album,
2. The Chase Part 2.
Well, no, that's the Chase Part 1. Though they called the album version the Chase Part 2, right?
Yeah.
And his was called the
This
Chase.
was-
It's the B side of a
well,
war
let me
tour.
explain the Chase to you, too. The reason why it's even a part anything is because of the sample. The first joint I rhymed on wasn't this. It was another beat. It still had the Biz About to Wreck Your Body in it, but Tip redid the beat. So that's the part.
So this was your
The original
single?
thing is just the Chase. No, it's the B-side of a war tour.
B-side
Yeah.
of a war tour.
Yeah.
Just you on it.
Just me on it. That was my introduction into rap.
Got it.
Yep.
So then,
And that was the first thing I ever heard. I had the CD single set.
So from there, it
But
was.
there's an album. That song, that beat is on Tribe album.
yes, and
beat
he's
is-
not on it.
Yeah. Tip asked me which one I wanted to be on. I said I wanted to have the individual look of the B side. I thought at the time,
Mistake. But, you would
well,
have rather done the
publishing-
album.
That'd be publishing mistake.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be a publishing mistake. But I thought, in my estimation, it gave me, because I knew War Tour was gonna blow. and it still was a good decision because of the fact that the exposure of it actually led me to be doing Beach Around the Life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it worked.
But it was an underground look as opposed to being on the album, getting the money from the album.
Yeah, exactly. They still hit me off though. They just gave me like a work for hire for it. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope look.
So was there ever a conversation that's like,
there's more records though
from that time?
So I'm talking on Glamour and Glitz.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, at the end of it. It was all to set it up. But
set it up for them to put you out or to be part of the group.
Both. I was tip artist.
Got it.
All right, let me hear you. Hold on.
Strive to get money and
Flip it or ribbon. So if you stuck on stool, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
All my shit facts.
in a while we have fun in the mix.
So he just
If the world is imperfect.
So he just had you ad-libbing at the end.
Well, that, and then he shouts me out because my nickname was Ray Tip. So he's talking about me on the Get Down remix. But it's kind of like...
hold on. What on the Get Down?
It's like coats, position like a beamer. Y'all need to stop frogging. If I catch a beat, it's in the S.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
No name, Ray Tip. What's going on, love? You know this is truck and we coming through.
No Name, Ray Tip.
No Name was
What is No Name? That's a shout out. That was a
No Name is a group.
That was because he had things like the No Name remix of certain stuff.
No Name was a group. No Name consisted of Snag, Bayloid, and Low, and they're from my hood. Actually, Bayloid's son raps now. His name is Bay Swag. He runs with Puff Son Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a very popular kid. He's rapping, and
It's a fucking mess.
yeah, it's just real out here.
A lot of stuff out here.
So,
Yeah.
so you're a Q-Tip's artist.
So basically, when I say that I'm Q-Tip's artist, because and I'm probably gonna get in the water for this, but Q-Tip put me in Tribe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's sort of like how Dame Dash made Cameron the president of Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You did what now?
Yeah.
Hold on now.
Here goes you guys as exclusive.
So wait, so Q-Tip made an executive decision.
Yes.
He was like, "You're in Tribe."
So, well.
All right. So Tip is trying to get. This is like his way of giving you guys looks. Is throwing you in things like.
Absolutely. So Tip gives. So it's the looks, the circle, the reach back for the hood is me on the Chase Part 2. Mm-hmm. Then he gives the same reach back look to No Name. So then No Name is also in the video for Electric Relaxation. Mm-hmm. So now it becomes a little bit competitive because I'm not. This is before I'm in Tribe. I'm not in Tribe yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Had you even done your verse for the Chase yet?
I did. I went first.
Okay.
Chase went first.
All right,
so
Chase
then the
went
No Name remix went next.
But why are
Then
you not at the video shoot?
I was trapped. I was doing what I was doing at the time. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
But hold on, real quick. They had a remix of I think was it Lyrics to Go that was the No Name. Mix?
Well, no. No Name. It's Oh My God.
Oh my God!
It's the Oh My God.
And did they
joint.
produce that?
No. Tip did the Oh My God beat, and he put them on it the same way he did the Chase.
But they didn't rap on it.
They did rap
Oh, they
on
did.
it.
They rap at the end.
Yeah, they shouted me out of like Piece of Consequence, Piece of Love in my
Consequence.
heart,
Yeah.
do it like this because Linda represents.
Yeah, it was the Oh My God remix.
Yeah. Let's play that.
Let's see if I have this. Hold on. Is this it? By the way, Ciph, could their singles be any better? Like they had so much shit on every single.
What do you mean?
Tribe.
Oh, yeah, like they
It's like
was like
remix.
back singles.
Smacking.
Like this. This is a remix.
But this is their version.
right.
This is Tribe's version.
This is
Same way as the Chase.
right.
This is the remix to Oh My God.
Oh, but there's another version with just them on
This
it.
the no name rapping on it.
Oh, there's another version of
just
them.
Yeah, it doesn't start with Tip's voice. It starts with.
Oh, I don't have that one on here.
Let's go to YouTube, man. Oh my God! Yes. No. Not that. It's the,
Weird European remixes. Hold on, probably it. So it starts right there.
it starts. Well, come on, we got to pull that up.
I'm gonna
man.
find it. I'm gonna pull on my phone.
Yeah, it's spelled. No, let me just tell you how it's spelled. It's spelled KNOWNAIM. Yeah. So So, like I said, they get that look, and then everybody starts kind of, I guess, putting together what would be their...
These are your peoples, though?
Yeah, my peoples. These are my peoples. But I have my own crew called the HGs, the high guys. That I used to run with because I used to smoke heavy weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we all got, you know...
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Hey yo, I raise hell, kid, so you can call me Thaddeus, the lyrical G. Cold jetting in a sea, chrome thing.
I haven't heard this in a minute. I forgot about this.
A lot of them weird 12-inch versions get lost when things go to MP3, and you're like, I don't need this version in my computer right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so cool that they did it. It's such an interesting way. I mean, ultimately, you know, it ended up effective for you. It ended up effective for you because then you got the second look. But ultimately, if I'm being critical, I mean, the look didn't necessarily work out right for No Name.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, then there's the period of who's the hungriest dog.
And who's
Between
going?
you and them?
Between everybody.
Was there anyone else getting a look at the time?
Yeah, Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep.
Q-Tip executive. You gotta remember something. Like, this is why I wanted to make it understood about my relationship with Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? And who he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this time, Q-Tip is a superstar in the world, not just Queens. Like, he's in Poetic Justice getting as Markel.
Right.
Yep.
He's
making out with Janet Jackson.
Making out with Janet Jackson. Making raps with the Beastie Boys.
He's making out with Janet Jackson in real life. Sorry.
Illmatic.
He's
Illmatic.
I'm like I've stated before. I'm in the studio with Nas when he's recording One Love.
Right.
He's sampled when the East is in the house. Oh my God. All that raises the stardom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that, and because he was so picky of who he fucked with, all his looks looked super exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Super. He did a great job of that.
Yeah. He was the master of mystique when mystique mattered. You know what I'm saying? Now we have social media, so mystique can be mistaken for exclusion.
And not, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just exclusion. You're excluding yourself from the pack, or you're excluded from the pack, wherever you want to look at it.
Now you have to be such a giant to be exclusive. You have to you have to already be a giant.
You have to be Prince.
Yeah, Lady Gaga, Janet Jackson, people of like the highest level who don't do very much.
You gotta be Prince when you own your own masters to do that crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because other than that,
it still faults you. It still hurts you.
Other than that, you got to jump back in the water. Everybody got to jump back in the water at this point. Ain't nobody. You cold.
I mean, listen, Michael's still the top selling artist in the world. He's not making anything. He's not on Instagram at all.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
He's not in the world.
I know. Well, that's why his Instagram has never even created one.
He's not presently walking the earth.
But he's still the number one selling artist.
No disrespect at all.
I think he's made $60 million since he passed.
What I'm saying, I guess, I mean, obviously he's a legacy catalog act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
by the way, Michael, if you're listening, I still think you should start an Instagram account. I just want to say that. I think Mike should have an Instagram account.
I'm not gonna get into that one. So like I'm saying, like, so his shit is like super exclusive. So the value of a Chase Part 2 or the value of a No Name remix is the value of a co-sign with a record deal.
Right. And standing next to someone who's a giant.
At that moment, yeah. So then, of course, it's going to become hungry dog, competitive, who wants it the most. But like I said, it wasn't just, for his attention, it wasn't just vying against each other as neighbors. Nas had his attention. Mobb Deep had his attention. D'Angelo began to get his attention. Erykah Badu had his attention.
This all falls under my theories. I have lots of theories on hip hop.
I know you do.
But the theories of when you're putting someone out or someone's signed to you, for some reason they get less attention than when outsiders come around.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
it
automatically,
take it for granted. It's your family.
Yeah, it's your family. It automatically goes into like this.
No, let's be honest here. Not family, not blood cousin family. No. This is what I'm about to say. Let's be honest here. And I can be honest because it's 20 years later.
Yeah, and it's Juan Ep. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
Not you know.
Yes, like no one hears it. You're right.
No, definitely because it's Juan Epstein. Because I'm looking. I got an agenda in mind with everything that I'm doing. So I like temperature. That's what it's about out here. So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. If you already in a group and you're the guy, then you take it upon yourself to say, all right, I got enough to go around. Everybody and everything got a meter on it. This is hot, this is cold. This is hot, this is cold.
Right.
This is new, this is old.
Right.
And I'm gonna play you accordingly. Because guess what? Whether you like it or not, you're on welfare. All of y'all.
Yeah.
All of y'all. Every last one of you. You want me to name names? I can. But you're all on welfare.
I don't know what you mean exactly.
You're
So,
dependent
yeah,
on a
Q-tip-
superstar.
Oh, got it. That's why you're on
Q-tip
welfare.
is
Got
the
it.
government
Yeah, you're not on a WIC welfare. You're on
Q-tip welfare.
on Q-tip heat welfare.
The Q-tip heat welfare. Got
Like,
it.
where's he going to
Entertainment-
distribute that heat?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
There's
Yeah.
a little bit for you,
Yes.
but you didn't turn that hotter as fast as this guy did. So when they
taking your
turn
gem
it,
and running with
when they turn it hotter, you then get more attention.
Right. It's winning for you now.
Everybody was subject to that. Whoever you want to consider everybody is everybody.
You mean in hip hop or in life?
In
Around
hip-
tribe.
No,
In tribe.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Even in hip hop, because
I'm saying, 'cause you could think
everybody
of-
wanted a beat.
But you could think of like Wu-Tang, for example. Like we know who the hottest were, and then you could see the albums coming out.
Everybody
accordingly.
was on RZA welfare.
Yeah.
Right. Or and meths a little bit.
Everybody was on RZA welfare. You own production, you own the game.
Yeah, but you can't take away meth's heat because if meth gave you a feature, even
But
that
if
has
You
value.
own production, you own the game.
So you're saying Q-Tip's thing was mostly based on the fact that he owned the sound.
If anybody else was hot, how the hell could RZA say, yo, I'm selling this record for $1 million, I'm doing it, and I'm sending it wherever the cash is at, and you'll never hear it for 80 years. You own production, you own the game. Period. Point blank.
So
end
where
of
did you-
discussion.
Well, that period had a long pause before it.
Yeah, it really did, it really
All right?
did.
Do you know how to use punctuation?
Yeah, you got to have the period earlier, okay?
No.
You want ellipses?
No, because you need to understand. You need to understand why I'm saying what I'm
No, I
saying.
got you.
Like
So-
at the end of the day,
So where did you fit in with that?
I was the hungry dog who wouldn't take no for an answer.
All right.
So you put a beat on, I'm doing what I'm doing to it. You keep it, you kept it, but you will always have a rap from me.
All right.
Right.
So hold on. So then,
Why? Henceforth, the reason I'm on 8 records instead of 2 records or 1 record as a debut artist with Tribe Called Quest. There wasn't a record, there wasn't a beat that came on that I ain't have rhymes for. That was my job.
He was ready.
So I was like, lyrically, I was a shooter. I'm not gonna not have bullets.
Right.
Where else am I? Or I'm going back to be a shooter in Queens.
Yeah.
It's no gray area because when you see the writing on the wall, you should read. So when I see how it's all playing out and this guy left and his relationship with this guy might be shaky and this kind of panned out for somebody and don't gotta just see downfall, you can see success. When somebody went at it like this, Illmatic. I see what hey, I can't be mad at what he on. He want to win. He's a winner.
Nah.
When I'm talking about Tip. I'm talking about Tip.
Tip.
I'm talking about Tip. You know, and winning comes with sacrificing, and winning changes your dynamic with people. So people may adapt the attitude about you that you're selfish, you're this, you're that, but it's all because you want to win. And a lot of times, you know, morality factors in sometimes second with winning. I'm not saying it's right, but I know.
I get it.
so Con, so what happens with this?
I'm skipping. How you don't play the jam?
I didn't play the jam. Well, there's a whole album. I mean, listen, there's a whole beats, rhymes, and
well,
life.
we can get to that. But let's. So the thing is, I guess the point I was making was when we asked about No Name and you asked about me, it was just No Name. I just had a conversation with Bay and I said to him, Like literally, it's it's your goal to get the check through your son. His son is really good. You know what I'm saying? And they had a sound that was really dope, but Destiny there was other plans, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And that was
Where was that where did it go wrong?
with No Name.
Yeah.
Tip suggested that they disband. Just to keep it, just to be honest, and they went there.
Why?
I mean, because these are my friends, I don't want to get into that kind of thing in the public.
Yeah, but you don't have to say exact. But I'm saying what they didn't sound good as a group.
Yeah, it was a creative thing.
Right,
it was a creative thing in Tip's estimation. It was a creative thing. He, I mean, and look, at this particular moment, as far as doing anything, Chris Lighty is Q-Tip's go-to guy.
I was just about to ask about Chris Lighty.
Where
is he in all this?
Chris Lighty is Q-Tip's go-to guy.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Lighty, yay or nayed me. He yayed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, and it's funny because at one point I was living with Chris Lighty. I lived with Chris Lighty for maybe like 2 months. I had a little static with my mom's, I'm new in rap and she don't really fully understand it. Mm-hmm. So I was staying at Chris Mansion in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? And we was cutting, we was cutting up. I mean, I think, me and Chris had a love-hate relationship, but we always had love for each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Queens dude, he a Bronx motherfucker. It just goes back to Shan and KRS-One.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just that kind of. But
y'all Queens niggas is assholes. I'm fucking with you.
Facto.
Yeah, we are. We don't give a fuck.
I'm just fucking with you.
Period. We grudge holders. That's
Do
who
you think
we
that's
are.
true?
I said it.
Was that you said that?
What? No, I'm saying it now.
No, I thought I heard that on record.
Nah. We grudge holders. But if we rock with you, we rock with you. We loyal to the bone. You know what I'm saying? But we all feel like we superstars too. You know what I'm saying? So that's the grooming. That's why when you hear some people don't understand 50 Cent, I understand it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? This is what our environment dictates. You know what I'm saying? It dictates that you survive. It dictates that you stand on someone's throat when you got it with them. That's just how it is. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just a survival tactic.
You understand it.
I understand it. It never was foreign to me. What is he doing? Why is he like that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just is.
So you got yayed from Chris. Did they get nayed? That was your point?
Kind of, sort of.
They got it.
Kind of, sort of. And I always felt like it should have been a yay.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it should have been a yay. I felt like at the end of the day, even in weighing it out, it would have been way better to yay him and work it out than nay him and nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are our guys. They were our guys. They still are guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got to get to more before people kill us because we don't get to enough of the stuff we need to get to.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have...
So then Beach Rounds of Life. So then...
Oh, whoops, I'm not plugged in now. I was plugged in for the other thing. What is this people are talking about? And let me just say, we don't need to get into a whole thing about opinion, but let me say this. Beach Rhymes and Life was different for me. I was the Obsessed Tribe fan, like obsessed. Mm-hmm. But I was so in that I felt like if you were down with them, I was along for the ride.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't have an explanation and I was curious about it, I thought you more than held your own on the album, and you made me interested in what you would do then later. So
I think, and just to be clear, like, Q-Tip really in this particular time frame, he really believed in me.
Well, he must have.
He really believed, because I was, like I said, I was a hungry dog. I wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? So he
what was
really...
Phife saying? Shit got crazy.
Great question, Cipha Sounds.
No, I'm not saying.
We know he wasn't in love with
I'm
you.
not trying to
He
bring
wasn't in love with
drama.
who?
We know that. I think history has already told us that Phife wasn't in love with you
I don't know
getting
that.
that much
That's
of a role.
wrong.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Oh, then please clear it up.
Not
That's what I
true.
was by assumed.
That's not true. Initially, when I started coming to the studio, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to smack fire out of this dude. Like, cause he coming at me like we got a problem. Not so like just little hazing. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
which in retrospect makes some sense.
But you gotta understand something. Like, yo, me and Tip, me and Tip almost got robbed. Well, literally, somebody tried to break into Tip car when we went record shopping. We went record shopping with Juju and Large Professor.
I would have liked to have been.
Look,
I would have liked to have been there.
Look, we go record shopping. They went somewhere. Me and Tip come out, car on 4 flats. About 4 or 5 Mexican dudes run up on them. Man, I backed out on these motherfuckers like, yo, 17, 2 razor blades on me. Like, yo, try it, S. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, I'd have put somebody in the dirt for that man. You know what I'm saying? Every day we together, dressing alike, everything in the book. So basically, just suicide bomber for him.
Well, who are these Mexicans? There was no Mexicans in New York at the time.
This Jersey City. We in Jersey City. Then we not in New York. We in Jersey City. You know
Clear
what I'm
that
saying?
up quickly.
All right, yeah,
So
makes more sense.
So at this time, Jersey City is like carjacked city.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it like we gonna have to bang to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So P and Juju came back like 2 hours. We was out there for a minute, like tow truck and this and that. So I'm saying that to say, and even like when the issue with the Source Awards had jumped, I'm the one who told Tip, yo, we step in the park. He got to get stepped to over that. Muhammad Islam too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know.
Well, it was a little bit of confusion or whatever the case is. Like Pac said, basically when Tribe got like Video of the Year award at the Source Award, Pac interrupted their acceptance speech to do Out on Bail. You know what I'm saying? So as it happens, obviously the Zulu Nation's up on stage and they issued yo, if that ever happens again, we're gonna have a problem. So then even after that, like it's me and Tip. I'm like, yo, Lyndon, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Facts. And unfortunately, a bad situation had happened that night, you know what I'm saying? And we all learned a lesson from it. But, so point blank period, when it came to jumping, I was always with it. Always with it. I've been with it since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So when it was Phife, it was like, for me, when I was getting the hazing, I was like, man, you a rapper. I didn't even look at myself like no rapper.
Right.
I just wanted to be what you got.
Right.
So, homie, I don't want to do nothing to you because obviously that's not going to work. But I don't understand. Maybe you don't understand me. Maybe you ain't because you ain't been around me. Maybe you thinking because.
Well, so how did it end up turning though?
So what happened was, I started doing a couple more sessions, and then one weekend, what happened was this. Whatever would happen, Tip would be like, yo, since we were still in Queens, me and Phife was still living in Queens, Tip had moved to Manhattan and moved to Jersey. So then he suggested that we take a car service back to Queens. And then, it started with that. We took a car back to Queens and then, and being in the studio, it was NBA Live around that time when Khan was like, I'll whip anybody ass NBA Live. That shit was big. So me and Phife like to play video games. Like that's what we like to do. I mean, I had to curb my shit because I knew I'm like a video game fiend. You know what I'm saying? So, taking the car back, eventually, exchange the number, come by his crib, what happened was one weekend Phife was going to Atlanta. He was like, yo, and I was just, he lives on 192. That's like headquarters for all of us as far as that's where Nuclear Cleaners is. That's where the action's at. So he lives at the end of it. Like when I say the end, like Linden and 192 is where we all hang out. He lives on 1-8, like 2 blocks up. So He just a walk down the block to the action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So see him go by his crib, kicking it, boom, boom, boom. Yo, why don't you come to Atlanta with me? I'm like, come to Atlanta with you? I'm like, yeah, come to Atlanta with me. It's a bum out of the Superfest. It's gonna be crazy. Just come on.
Yeah.
I got you. Got me. Cause I really in my heart felt like he ain't like me.
Right.
And I didn't know why. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, cause I never knew the conversation or lack thereof
About your involvement.
about my involvement.
Right.
I assumed y'all
Q-Tip.
almost had a conversation about this shit.
Right,
and-
Q-Tip had a meeting with Lighty and Fife and and Ali She.
I
and
mean,
like,
wouldn't you?
You would assume so.
you're supposed to.
No disrespect to our boy.
Do you? Well, do you have to?
Yes.
Remember what I told you in the beginning, or not
Well-
the beginning, but go back a little bit back in our conversation.
I feel what you're saying. I understand why Q-Tip would
Felt
think he
like he
wouldn't
did.
have to. I believe everything needs to be communicated. I'm known as an over communicator, and it drives people fucking
And I
crazy.
absolutely understand that, and I absolutely concur with that. But you're dealing with moving, living parts.
No, I got it.
Of
I
course,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And artists and egos and
the
heat,
history.
temperature, all that shit.
More temperature than anything else.
Yeah.
You're dealing with temperature more than anything else.
Well, temperature's
Of course.
rising.
So,
Well said.
well, yeah, that's out at the time.
Yeah.
So remember, like, history is why I'm gonna even talk to you later about this. Literally, temperature, like, and mind you, Fife's hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fife's not cold. He's not cold.
No,
But-
You know what
but
I'm saying?
Tip- Tip is
he's not
scorching.
Yeah. Q-Tip is meteorite.
The temperature's high.
Yeah, at this time, because the thing is, like, it was a time when, arguably, from an opinion standpoint, where you could say a lot of people were really feeling Fife. You around that La Smooth scenario, Shaq, that pocket of time, Fife was moving.
Absolutely.
Fife was
I'm not
moving.
taking nothing away from him.
Fife was, but I'm like I said, but Tip
then you
never
start getting
wasn't.
into
Tip never
Illmatic,
wasn't.
Mobb
Tip,
Deep,
and then
I
the
start
thing-
hearing Q-Tip more.
Well, Tip chose great projects to associate with.
that's the point.
temperature.
Well, not even the temperature. Remember, like, these also factoring in what has staying power. You know, shout out to Shaq, but he don't rap no more.
Right.
Shout out to the Fooshnickers, but
Right.
nobody's going back to the Fooshnickers album as a template.
I
or
heard
study
La
guide.
Smooth on the radio the other day. It sounded amazing.
That song's amazing.
It is no, but it was hot, not
Lasting.
groundbreaking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we don't determine that. Consumers do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't.
We just look back
We look
in history.
Yeah. Or even in the moment at the time, like, all right, yeah, it was hot, but like, yeah, when you factor it all in, what stayed? What stuck around? What did you attach yourself to that was an investment versus a look for the moment?
Right.
You know what I mean? So as I was saying, with that being a issue, henceforth, reason why I am under the assumption that there's a problem with me and Fife. We go to Atlanta, we party. We go to Atlanta again. Actually, Dave's Trugoy's cousin, name was Fudge. He was killed in Atlanta. Him and Fife invited him to stay in his crib in Atlanta, and Fudge, who
Fife used to always reference.
yeah, Fudge was talking dirty about Tip, and I think
You were there?
Yeah.
In Fife's house.
In Fife's house.
In Atlanta.
Fudge was talking real dirty, like. And then I guess I overheard, and I was like, yo, what, you know, like, yo, your cousin's a funny motherfucker. Wait, whoa, hey, whoa. Huh? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait. Okay. Raymond, you got to process this. Not even consequence. Because this is deep. Because we're in Fife's house. You know what I'm saying? And so...
And he knows Tip's your cousin. It
Your
still feels
cousin's a
comfortable
funny motherfucker.
saying this.
Yeah, to me. That's
Right.
fighting words. Number one. And then not just my cousin. my boss. I can say he's my boss at this time. He's my boss. He might not be Fight's boss, but he's definitely my boss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm loyal.
Yeah.
At this point. I'm, like I said, 17, 18, already done proved, like, yo, son, I'll cut something for you.
Yeah.
And go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So, like, then the rest of the conversation happens. And my conclusion of the conversation, I took control of the conversation after 25 minutes
Oh, jeez.
of what I heard. And I said, yo, let me ask you a question. Man to man, why you still fuck with Duke?
Who?
I asked
To
Fife.
Fife.
I asked Fife, straight to his face, why you still fuck with Duke? Kept fucking with him. Know what I mean? And
Did what Fudge had to say have validity to it? Like, was it real?
my thing was this. You're a grown man. You got options. And this is where I just didn't even have no industry, no street, no nothing. I was talking to these people as human beings. I said, yo, I don't understand why or how you're still doing this. I said it to him, and just earnestly. And I said, and I'm telling you this in negation to everything that we about to do. I'm asking you straight up. Like, if you feel like that, and your man is sitting here telling me this, don't know me from nowhere. I'm asking you why. Because the thing is, like, if you feel like that about another man, you shouldn't fuck with that man. Period. Like, you should not. You shouldn't. I'm just being, I'm not gonna be in a room with nobody, I don't care what they got, that I can't stomach them. I'm not gonna fake it for nobody. Cause I gotta live.
You're
I can't.
also not in a hit.
Yo,
rap
look,
group.
man, I'm not. But look, so at the end of the day, but I am now.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I'm saying this in it from first man to go gonna be me if this go wrong.
Yeah. Last in, first out.
Yeah.
First man out is gonna be me. Cousin or no cousin. You know what I'm saying? But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm not saying, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is, this doesn't mean that Tip is wrong. This means if you feel like that, you wrong staying around him. You wrong to yourself. You cancer to yourself.
Jeez.
What ended up happening after that? I mean, we know that things continued, but not. It was never great. It wasn't great.
What ended up happening was tug of war.
For you.
He's doing a live tug-of-war motion in his chair
back
right
and
now.
forth. Yeah. Good job, Si. Trying to figure out, because at this
No.
What, the music?
Quince. Ali.
So everyone's getting pulled around between the two of them.
I mean, and that's all I could pretty much say because I don't stay business after that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's what you're hearing on the records is a tug of war.
In what sense?
Listen to this podcast. Everybody who's gonna listen to this, and then go back and listen to Beats Round the Light. Actually, stream it so we can all get paid.
Yeah,
There you go.
Stream it on Spotify.
There you go.
Stream it on Tidal.
Apple Music,
It's available. Whatever your preferred platform is, stream it and listen to it.
Stream it so we can all get paid. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's get a few cents off of it. Not
I'll
us,
give it a
but then,
stream.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you give us what you can give us.
So yeah, but when they go
Because
when we
to
listen
have
to Beats, Rhymes, and Life,
to have to live with this for 20 years, I should get paid.
Yeah, it was that annoying, huh? I mean, it must have been.
It's not annoying. It's sad. I said it before, I'll say it again. I didn't get rich. Not off of that. I got money later. I didn't get rich off it. I got some good checks off of it, but for what it should have been, could have been, nah. And what I did get was, no, you're the reason why I don't like this album. No, you're the reason.
You're lucky
why.
Twitter wasn't around then. You would have woken up the day that album came out like, who the F are you?
so
Yeah, I mean, but see, But nah, we did it. I mean, we still were professionals. So hats off to...
And a lot of people still love the album.
Hats off to both of them for sifting through it, and eventually, you know, look, they break up an album later. So I'm just really there for the for the beginning of the really, like, we're gonna call it. You know, we're gonna try it, but we're gonna about to call it.
Ciph, you know how this story even makes me feel in the first place? What? If I want to be totally honest about how it makes me feel. Did Dilla end up in the middle of things too, or was he not generally around physically? Was it?
I mean, everybody was this. I should have said JD too, because JD was this. I mean, I know he's Dilla, but I always say
he's JD. No, he was definitely JD then.
Yeah,
definitely JD.
Yeah,
you body the beginning of the song, by the way.
Huh?
You body the beginning of this song.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And I mean,
Yo, I ain't one to complain, but there's things in the game.
What's your name?
Consequence, I'm tight, burnt like flames.
And why's that?
American dream, they got this ghetto kid in the fiend.
Don't stress that, cause it's not in your bloodstream. Your whole being comes from greatness, do whatever. Chase on got you caught in the storms of December. And brothers on the block packing nines like...
And let me just put it out here like this. I wish that Tribe would do one more album. I really do, man.
Now?
Whatever. However, whatever it would take. I mean, obviously, you don't want a bad one. But I just, for the guys that I know, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like to live in the past when it comes to negativity, I wish they would do another one. I wish they could figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, you know, living with sadness in the midst of your most happiest moment is such a mind fuck, man. It really is, man. Because even when I'm talking about this shit now, and it's just like, you gotta you gotta go on, you gotta still do the video, and you know everything. You're like, I just wish, and this is just my wish, when I was doing that album, that it was all good between them. Because at the end of the day, it just like, for a kid who had a dream, for it to, you know, I mean, obviously life has its realities and everything happens for a reason. And part of the reason me being a Tribe is because they had an issue. You know what I'm saying? There was an issue in the group. And in my estimation, it never, like I said, for me, when I spoke to that man, the rest of the conversation in regard to advice was like, if you can't be around him, don't be around him. And if you're gonna be around him, you gotta let it go for your own good.
But that between them definitely didn't seem to ever happen. I mean, even to the point.
Even when you see the documentary.
No, even when and I was around for a lot of the end of the documentary because I was hosting that Rock the Bells.
Yeah.
And you know
the Frisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was around and introducing them and knew them already at that point. And even then you could sense it. And I'll tell you right now, for me, it was my dream come true to get to introduce Tribe at concerts. And I felt obviously I can't relate on the level to being in the group, but just being the fact that it was my dream to get to hang out with them and feel what it felt like in the rooms, like you could sense that it just wasn't all the way there.
And it wasn't what you saw on TV. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't what you saw on TV. And the thing is like, and that's part of show business. That it is. It's part of show business. It's part of it's unfortunately it's part of being big. You know what I'm saying? It isn't everything that it looks like. You know what I'm saying? That's part of being a benchmark in music. Like, you know, I'm sure Destiny Child has their things. You know what I'm saying? That's the glamour and the glitz.
I don't discriminate.
Ciph, you see that?
If you're opposed, then your soul will decompose. Strive to get money and I'm not no hoe.
Hey, you know what? Real quick, I'm sorry. Just a random happy aside to what's been a sort of depressing part of the podcast. You know what the most underrated song from that era is?
What's that?
In my opinion. You're not on it, I don't think, but still, it's amazing.
Hey, yo, Bird, shit it on Cousin Ray. Let me get 311 comment.
Oh, you are on this? You talk on this?
Well, no, he's talking to me. He's talking about me. Bird sitting on Cousin Ray. I went to the studio and I got hit with a pigeon.
Hold on.
Rewind it back.
Let me get 311 comment. Keep that. Dollar.
What's this? Peace, prosperity? Yeah.
Box that. Hey, yo, Bird, shit it on Cousin Ray.
Every day we was together.
Dollar.
Cipha, you know this record? It's one of the good ones.
This was supposed to
Where's
go.
that from? Peace, prosperity.
It was
High
gonna
School
be.
High.
Yeah, it was supposed to be on Beach Around the Life.
Should have been.
This was the seeds of Get a Hold.
This is the what?
Like
Get a Hold.
Yeah.
Same session.
Well,
Same sound, same like zone.
Yeah. This is the zone of Get a Hold.
Which is this?
Get a Hold is dope.
Oh, it's great.
This song alone is why I ask people, why don't you like Beach Around the Life?
Right, because the song's so good.
Because
fire.
No video.
What about
No
Instagram?
video for wordplay.
Let me start from the
Oh yeah, there's no wordplay. It was great.
No video for wordplay.
Yeah.
Play wordplay.
Do I have wordplay on here? I have like random. It's spotty what I have.
Play wordplay. Man. You gotta have
Oh,
wordplay.
you know what? You're right. I do.
1, 2, what you wanna do? 3, 4, cause we gonna give you more. 5, 6, and we ain't.
Why no video? What was the video?
And we got it.
Once again.
And
Stressed out.
stressed out. I get why Once Again was a single, but it shouldn't have been.
I mean, look. I mean, I was happy for JD because he had the first single. You know what I'm saying?
But he had everything. Didn't he have the whole record? Pretty much, or half the record?
No. Well, I'll tell you, JD did wordplay. JD did.
But didn't they say produced by the Uma for all of it?
I'm telling you what
was actually
literally
done.
Telling you.
All right, I'm sorry.
What was literally
You wasn't
done.
there.
I'm sorry, I wasn't.
JD did Get a Hold.
Okay.
JD did Keep It Moving. JD did
Keep it moving. And of course he did.
yeah.
Did he do the jam?
No. Tip did the Jam.
Did the jam.
I tell you, Ali did Crew and
Ooh,
Stressed
Crew's
Out.
Good. Crew's good.
Crew dope. Play Crew.
Who did
Got Crew?
Well, who did this?
Rashad Smith.
Rashad Smith.
My
Scythe?
friend.
The only
Anything you want to say, Scythe?
I would like to say Rashad Smith is a great individual and is a
To apologize
classic.
it again?
I don't need to do that.
No, you don't. You don't.
Rashad,
It's a one-up story.
Smith and Mason De La did the cuts.
Dylan did
Ali
this?
did.
Or Ali did this? I love, dude. This one is.
Yeah, this shit is
This
dope.
one is.
About the cats.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like what Chris Lighty said, and I said it before, and I say this again. Had Stressed Out gone first. Chris Lighty said it had Stressed Out gone first. He seriously doubted that Killing Me Softly would have blew up because Tribe would have been. You see, the thing is this. It's just like a spade game. Whatever you lead off with, it's gonna dictate the round. So check the rhyme part too. But
not as good as Check the Rhyme.
Tammy Lucas did a great job, but
But who was Tammy Lucas? I didn't know who she was at the time.
Tammy
Singer.
Lucas was signed to
Singer,
Pharrell.
writer.
She sung "Is It Good to You?"
Oh, that's.
I like it.
No, that's a great
Is it
song. But I'm saying
good?
her name didn't.
Yeah, I mean you got that and Faith Evans at the time. You got Biggie wife on your album.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think, like I said, even when we the template of the conversation, when you think about marketing, you think about how everything rolled out, it was just, the product was there. We playing records that bang right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that you playing, that you played off that album so far, don't come on like,
Well, I'm not a fan of Stressed Out, but yeah, everything else.
I know, Scythe.
I mean, look,
But no,
a hit's
but
a
it-
hit though.
But it was a
Sorry.
good.
A hit's a hit.
Scythe, you don't have
No
to apologize.
disrespect.
No,
No,
it's not
I don't take it as, I mean, some people like it.
Hey, listen.
Some people, you know.
You're.
It worked though. It worked. The object of radio is the work.
Oh
Yeah.
no, great radio record.
It was a good radio record.
Yeah,
yeah.
but Get a Hold
I
is
said,
like-
but what I said, no video for Get a Hold.
Yeah.
No video for Wordplay.
And those, I was sure at the beginning wordplay would be They put it, I feel like they did a mini EP. Didn't they do like a 4-song?
The anthology thing. Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah, I thought there was a little
No,
4-song
that's
thing off
different,
the Beats, Rhymes, and Life where like these were records I thought were
Right.
gonna go,
Yeah.
and then Wordplay didn't go. Anyways, we got to wrap up for a million reasons. Caden's gonna lose his mind. I can see Jen's calling you. You got to run too.
We might have to do part 2.
Yeah,
man.
we didn't get to Dilla talk. We didn't get to Kanye talk. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
What are you around for? You must be doing something new right now.
He has a single out.
Yeah, I got 2 new records out, actually. I got the first record I got out. Hold on, boy.
This is now Caden now.
Yeah, Caden, this is the part that's very important.
Caden, this part right here.
Okay, cool. Listen, so I got Countdown out with me and Lupe Fiasco featuring Chris Turner. It is available on iTunes. It is available on Spotify.
Dope song.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got the new single When I Wanna, and I'm about to shoot a video for that joint or whatever. So we doing the radio rounds with that now. Also available on iTunes, also available on Spotify, Tidal, everything that you listen to music on. You know, stream me up, man.
So we'll have you back when the album comes out, and we'll talk.
Yeah,
we got to do
EP.
full Dilla and Kanye talk.
Yeah, definitely. A good comeback story would be out.
Does
in
anybody,
October.
besides Q-Tip, there aren't many people who know both those guys as well in the world.
Yeah. I mean, well,
I know Dilla. I know you and Dilla weren't like best friends, were you? Or were you very close?
At one time, we was. I mean, look, JD. Okay, cool. JD was a guy from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we got cool. That Consequences record you was about to play.
Yeah, I know he did that. Come on, stop. You don't know that?
I mean, me and Dilla, when Tribe went on the Smoke and Grooves tour, we stayed back during the Beats Around the Life time period when it was out. Maybe Beats Around the Life drops in July, August, and September. We stay in Q-Tip crib and work on my album.
And that's when you did a lot. So there's joints that haven't come out yet, by the way.
A lot of shit.
All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with this rarity though. Thank you, Quince. We appreciate it, bro.
No doubt.
And I'm gonna leave you guys with this Jam remix. You know this?
Tribe Called Quince.
There you go. So I'll leave everyone with this rare Tribe remix, Tribe featuring Consequence Jam remix. Thanks, Quince.
Yeah.
It was Friday afternoon in the middle of June. Heineken bottle caps and the aroma of boom. Around the time everybody just got home from class, shooting dice, talking shit, hoping the cash would last. Yo, this was around the time when I didn't know no better. Junie rolled around in the tinted out Jetta.
Then he introduced me to that hydro smoke, and I took one too. Yo, I almost choked. See, I never smoked before, so my nerves got shot. Then he told me about the party at the spot Jam Rock. It was guaranteed on, but I said, son, chill. There's a joint around the way that's supposed to be real. Word.
He said, we got all day, so we gonna do it right. Hit your man's joint first and Jam Rock in one night. Then I said, alright. Then I hopped inside the jetty, let me take a shower, I'm sweaty, and then I'll be ready. Tonight is the night I get my groove on steady and get my drink on with that Ford named Betty. I went upstairs to get fly, smoked my tie, drunk some liquor to meet my hot quicker. Now I'm type Stemo, the party is the MO. Me and my crew, we get it started like a demo. 11 in the evening, I'm feeling like a heathen. This thing is going down and I highly doubt I'm leaving. Booty cheeks are in motion and the kids was drinking potion. Word is born, that black moon joint got me open.
Yo, the DJ put the square through on that good shit that made the kid lose his grip, blended right to the top end.